This recording will describe the questions and demonstrate the functionality associated with Screen 2.0, Product Information, and the Sterilization Process Validation QBR. The product information screen is intended to capture general information about the filling line or lines associated with the master file. This information may be provided in several different ways. If you only have a few items to add, you may do this by pushing the green plus sign. This will open the question screen. On this screen, you identify the filling line or suite that you are describing. This should be an identifier such as a line number or a room number. Next, you identify the sterilization process, either aseptic processing or terminal sterilization. If the same line is used to fill both aseptically processed and terminally sterilized products, you should create a separate entry for each sterilization process. The next question asks for the approved container manufacturers, sizes, and materials of construction for all products filled on this line. Although this question indicates approved, it should also contain information for any proposed products relevant to the information provided in the master file. For instance, you may indicate that the line is used for Company A 10, 20, 100, and 250 Type 1 and Type 3 clear glass vials, Company A 100 and 250 Type 1 amber vials, and Company B 250, 500, and 1000 milliliter HDPE plastic vials. In the next question, you should provide all approved and proposed closure, manufacturers, sizes, and materials of construction for all products filled on this line. For instance, this may be Company C 20 millimeter bromobutyl stoppers and Company D 32 millimeter chlorobutyl stoppers. If you have many filling lines associated with a particular Type 5, or you use this information across multiple applications or files, you may wish to consider the Import Spreadsheet option. If you select the Info button at the top of the screen, you will be taken back to the introduction screen you see when you first move here. This allows you to use an Excel spreadsheet to copy and paste all or some information into eSubmitter. First, we will discuss the import options. Regardless of which import option you decide to use, you start the process by clicking on the button in the upper right-hand corner with the box and the green down arrow. This will open the Data Import wizard. You will see two options for importing. Import data selected using copy-paste from Microsoft Excel, and import all data from a Microsoft Excel file. Import data selected using copy-paste from Microsoft Excel can be used to only import selected information from the Excel sheet. This option will be most useful if you have assembled a master sheet that will be used across multiple applications. Import all data from a Microsoft Excel file is the better option if all the rows from a particular Excel sheet will be copied into Excel. We will return to the import option in just 1 minute, but first, let's talk about the Excel sheet. You may create your own Excel template, or you may use the pre-prepared spreadsheet provided by CVM. At the top of the screen, you will see a link to CVM's Excel sheet with all of the relevant columns. The first thing you will notice is that all of the questions found on the sheet are available in the spreadsheet. You can fill this out just as you would fill out the questions. For sterilization process, the column header indicates the options. You can type AP for aseptic processing or TS for terminal sterilization as applicable. Next, the container enclosure information should be added. I'm now going to show you another spreadsheet that has been filled out with additional information. You will note that this spreadsheet has an additional column that was not present in the original template. This is a column we have added to track the application numbers associated with each filling line. This column is important when using the copy-paste option because Excel does not recognize the use of Control and click to only highlight and copy certain cells. Instead, it will copy and paste all cells in between the first and last rows that you have selected. Instead, we recommend adding an additional column to the end of the sheet to capture information such as application or file numbers to allow filtering of only the information you are interested in. Any extra columns beyond what is requested in eSubmitter will be truncated upon import. We will demonstrate all of this in a few minutes when we walk through this process. Once that you have assembled all the information, the next step is to import the data. We will first demonstrate the copy-paste functionality. To do this, To do this, again, click the box with the green down arrow and select Import Data selected from Copy Paste from Microsoft Excel. Once you click OK, you will be taken to the Copy Paste Import Wizard. You can then go to the Excel sheet you have prepared and select the rows you are interested in. Returning to eSubmitter, I can now click the button Paste from Clipboard. This will copy and paste rows 2 through 4 into eSubmitter. You may preview the entries by clicking the blue right arrow and the blue left arrow. As I mentioned before, Excel does not recognize the use of Control+Click to highlight and copy only certain rows. For instance, when using Control+Click to select entry rows 2 and 6, it will still copy rows 3 through 5. As you can see, all rows have been copied into the spreadsheet. To avoid this, you may add one or more additional columns to help filter the information to only include the rows you are interested in. For example, in the Excel sheet, I can filter the information to only display information associated with master file 123456. Now, when you copy and paste this into eSubmitter, you will see that you only have 3 lines instead of 5. Note that when I was showing the different copy and paste options, that I was given an opportunity to either replace or add to the existing information already in eSubmitter. If we are adding brand new data, you can select either option. In the future, you may need to come back to this data again and either add or replace the existing data. You can do this by selecting the appropriate option. In this case, we will just replace existing data. To start the import process, click the Start Data Import button. You will note that the box below now indicates that the data has been imported successfully. If there were errors in the import, it will note them here. Now you can click Done, and it will take you back to the screen. You will see that all 3 rows have now successfully been imported into the template. If you select one of the rows and click Detail, you will see that all of the information has been correctly associated with the proper question. The second import function is the import all data from a Microsoft Excel file. Once again, we will select the box with the green down arrow. This time we will select Import all data from a Microsoft Excel file button. In the File Import Wizard, you will see that it has pre-filled the source type as Microsoft Excel is the only file type currently supported. The next line includes the display definition instructions. The display definition instructions provide you with all of the instructions to construct your own Excel file if you do not wish to use the provided spreadsheet. Next, it will ask you to select the source file. You can browse through your folder structure to find your file. Next, you need to set the import configuration options. If the first row of the sheet is a header, click the box so that it is not imported. Next, you start the data integration approach of either adding to the existing data or replacing existing data. In this case, we will just add to the existing data. To start the process, click the Start Data Import button. You will note that the box below now indicates that the data has been imported successfully. If there were errors in the import, it will note them here. Now you can click Done, and it will take you back to the screen. You'll see that all 5 rows have been successfully imported into the template, in addition to the 3 rows that were imported initially.